I was just reviewing questions, Minister, from previous statements in the House regarding the Commission on the Future of Policing in Ireland and their recommendation for the introduction of body-worn cameras. And it said the policing organisations around the world have found such devices can help improve the frontline capability with the accurate recording of incidents, expedite analysis, enhance the situational awareness, and sometimes protect the police from harm. I would think they could do probably a lot more than that, but I think the very first thing that has to be noticed here, Minister, is there is overwhelming support within Garda Síochána for the introduction of body cams. And I think if we are going to legislate in this House, the very first thing we need to do is engage with stakeholders who are at the front line and listen to what they have to say. And I think it's a fair comment to say that the policing environment in this country has changed very much over the last decade or two, and unfortunately it seems to be changing even further over the last number of months. And this is a significant concern for all Gardaí and for anybody who is trying to uphold law in this state. And unfortunately, I think that we have to do more radical things in terms of policing and in terms of management and penal reform, and this is just one of the legs of that strand. People have spoken in the House about the issues of facial recognition, and the Ceann Comhairle will attest we had a delegation in here yesterday from the Japanese embassy, and if you were to speak to those people about where facial recognition technology is going, and it has already gone in Japan, we are light years behind what they are talking about. But I accept the fact that people have concerns as to the preservation of their digital identity, and I think that can be worked out in terms of policy and management protocols. But I think the other thing that struck me, Minister, about this bill is the pervasive use now where the public are actually using their phones to record their incidents on Garda Síochána, and where the Gardaí have no right to take a recording back. And we saw a very tragic incident almost 2 years ago of a public figure in this country who harassed a Garda online, who subsequently took his life, and that to me is reprehensible. But it's happening all the time, and it's even happening outside here at the gates of Leinster House when there's protests going on. So we have to arm our public services and our policing appropriately, and I feel that this will do this. I accept there is the potential for data loss, possibly for abuse of data. That has to be managed. I also accept that we need to have a rigorous system to protect the access to information and to digital identity in terms of the information that these cams are going to deliver. But I'd also point out to you about the concerns about GDPR. I was on council in Waterford 3 years ago, and we had major littering problems down there. We had people backing up fly tipping, and we couldn't deploy cameras because of GDPR, just to record the number plates of cars. And that policy has softened somewhat, but I don't think we're fully there yet. But I think this is at times we just seem to fall down this rabbit hole of tying our hands from doing what we need to do. So on balance, I would accept the assertions of Garda that this tool is needed for better policing, that it can be appropriately used and that can be appropriately managed. And from that point of view, I would support the Guards with the introduction of this bill.
Deputy Kenny.